Welcome to the Death Battle Cast, the podcast where the term "fight the Kool-Aid" takes on all new meaning. But we'll get to that. Hi, I'm Ben, voice of Wiz. You know me. There's Chad, voice of Boomstick. You know
Hello.
him. There's Liam, voice of Liam. You probably know him.
Wow, okay. All right.
What a stellar intro, as always.
And we are joined by the one and only Armando Torres. Hey!
Hi,
Armando, how you doing?
How's it going? I'm Armando Torres, voice of Armando Torres. It's
Hi,
a
Armando
character
Torres.
I've been playing for 25 years, and I'm excited to be here.
You're only 25?
Hey,
Yeah.
me too.
Ah, like
Hell
I
yeah.
age into myself.
Look at these kids
No,
over
but
here.
it's not
Me
good.
too.
The reason that you know it's bad is that when I told you I was 25, you were surprised, which means that I look like fucking dog.
Yeah, I could have sworn you were at least in your mid-50s. I don't
Yeah,
know.
see, thank you. There we go.
You're a very handsome man, and don't feel bad. Look what the pandemic did to me, man. I got a man bun. Like, I'm not happy about it. Yeah.
Was the man
Oh,
like only
no.
a pandemic thing? I could have sworn it was I guess maybe not.
No, that was pandemic. It's because I grew the hair out just a little bit for
Congratulations.
hardcore mini golf, and that we wrapped that production, and like the next day, the world was like mandatory quarantine. So then I just let it go. I need
So
a haircut.
I think they were man bundatory. Badoo.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Coming in with the puns. I'm
Oh.
sold already. Armando,
you
besides being a very handsome man
Now I'm gonna start
and,
doing them too.
and
That's
busting out the
okay.
puns, tell everybody what you do in case they don't know.
Hi, I'm Armando Torres. I work at Funhouse. I make a bunch of fun house content. I was on season 2 of Last Laugh, which was a blast. And then other than that, I also host a podcast called Cult Podcast here on Rooster Teeth, and I do a bunch of stand-up comedy. And I participate in underground fighting rings, which I assume this is what this is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
About to
cool.
take that shirt off and get fucking
This-
wild up in
Hell yeah.
It's been a little complicated with the pandemic, though, because we can't actually, meet up in the ring. So we got to do it all virtually. So the rules
so
get
we
a
just-
little
it's-
fuzzy.
it's
Yeah,
only
we switched to
emotional
just
battle.
trying to hurt each other emotionally. That's exactly it. The deeper you can cut, the better.
Chad, I hate
Oh,
you.
God.
Oh, because we're on the same page.
Free it.
See, he's already starting.
Start
All
up
right, well,
strong.
Hey, you know what? Ben 10 should have won that battle, Liam. Sorry. I can't. I'm not going there.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Somebody's
All
gonna
right,
quit,
all right, all
I'm
right.
ready to go anytime. I'm ready to go with the
I know
Ben
you are.
10 Green Lantern debunk anytime.
Well, good news. We already have a Death Battle cast
Debunk?
dedicated to that
That's
we
true.
recorded years ago. You can just go check that one out.
That's
So-
true.
Before the pandemic. That was in
Yes.
May of 2019. Do you
Is it
remember that?
really?
Yeah.
Over
Oh,
2
we-
years ago. Almost 2.5 years ago now.
Stop. Time has no meaning.
When we could meet up and punch each other in the ring, apparently.
Yeah.
But today, first of all, definitely go check out Last Laugh Season 2. That's getting close to wrapping up, if not wrapping up when you're watching this.
I think it's got 2 more weeks.
Yes, I think
Yeah.
that's about right. Time is weird. Whatever. Go check out Last Laugh 2. And then we do have a sneak peek coming up later on this episode for the upcoming 150th episode of Death Battle, Macho Man versus Kool-Aid Man,
Wow.
which is happening. Chad, do you want to go over the story of why we're doing Macho Man versus Kool-Aid Man?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like this is such a, this is our 10-year anniversary of Death Battle, and so, we wanted to find, this whole season's been about celebrating Death Battle and doing like really requested matchups and things, and then also some stuff that we've always wanted to do. And I didn't realize that I made this tweet the first year of Death Battle, but I would just like tweeted out some dumb thing. I was just like, rejected Death Battle ideas, Macho Man versus the Kool-Aid Man, right? Because the battle of the, and then that has turned into like a meme, because like I've joked about it, because we'd get asked at panels like, what's something you've always wanted to do, and I'm like, I want to do Macho Man versus Kool-Aid Man. And so for 10 years we talked about it, and now we did it. But in true, whenever our fashion, when we're doing something special, especially when it's like a really silly fight, we try and take it to the next level. And I tell you, we have never done anything like this before with an episode of Death Battle. It touches on a lot of stuff. It is very unique, very different. But it's a lot of fun. And then Death Battle returns to normal the following fight after that.
Returns
3.5
to
hours
normal.
long mini-series.
No, dude, we don't need another
Yeah.
Goku versus Superman.
we will have to do a deep dive into the process after the episode is aired because we obviously don't want to spoil it. But when we decided to do this, Genevieve and I, because she was the writer for it, we had, we'll just say, a vision of how to take it and make it
You sure did.
one hell of a 150th celebration.
Very heavily inspired by the works of Leo Tolstoy.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yes.
War and
Yes.
Peace, the brothers Karamazov. That is it. It's oh gosh. Look it up.
Liam, stop flexing.
Look at this
is
fucking nerd
classics
read a
of-
fucking
This is classics of world literature. Yeah, of Karamazov.
I was going to say it was heavily inspired by Paul Verhoeven and his wonderful films. Just like horribly negative, but wonderfully satirical.
Yes.
Yeah, so expect Kool-Aid Man to eat brains.
Expect a lot of
Macho
people being
Man
thrown through glass.
is
over
an
and over
undead
and over
zombie.
again.
And this was animated by our 2D team. So
Yes.
not Sprite, not 3D, not live action. It's the very special
Well,
and animated one. Well, I mean,
there's a bit more than that, but
yeah, that's true. That's true.
No spoilers. All right. But we also have to get to our main feature for
Discussion.
Death Cast, the death battle for today, which is apparently what was supposed to be last week's, but you guys hijacked the show.
Sure did.
We are doing Carnage versus the SAX, or the Samus Aran X Parasite copy. Basically, they're like evil duplicates of superheroes,
Parasite monsters.
of hunters, really. Like,
Yeah.
because like Venom is anti-villain hero. He's an anti-villain, I think, is the proper
Yes.
definition.
Yeah. He's an
Um,
anti-villain.
And Samus is obviously a hero, but they're both hunters. They hunt things for their own particular reasons.
Yeah.
And Samus had an arc where she learned to like, oh, the Metroids are more than they seem to be. And Venom had an arc where he learned that maybe it was not great to kill people and eat their brains.
Uh-oh,
So,
there's
you know,
something- there's something
totally
way
matches.
worse than the Metroids that exist in the galaxy, like 1 billion times worse, and there was a reason why they were created.
What
Was
was the
it Man
Metroid game
Buns?
where? Yes.
Yeah. This is the
The Metroids
the
latch
X.
onto the man.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's actually
That's
a
That's the
book
protection
for
against them.
Metroids.
Yeah, they can't get
That's
on there.
actually how the X Parasite works.
It's
it latches
what are
on
those
to people
things
who
called,
have
like,
long hair.
Fake nipples, like on the milk jars that like babies suck on.
The
What-
biddy?
the word- A bit. Yeah. That's what it is for Metroids.
Yeah, see, I didn't know shit about any of those famous authors or the filmmakers you were talking about, but you were like, what's that fake nipple called? And I was like, Biddy,
Got
baby.
it.
Yeah. Oh, we talking nipples? Now it's
Yeah.
Armando's territory.
See,
Hell
no, that's
yeah.
the point, though. We're getting everybody with all different skill sets here, so that we can cover everything.
Yeah, I'm
From-
a nipple
Yeah.
expert.
A world famous films and literature to nipples. It's just a broad spectrum.
We've got a
All
lot of
right.
range on this show.
Well, speaking of range, not really sure how to transition from that, but let's go ahead and get to the death battle. So, as always, the way this is going to work is we will be arguing for individual characters. I believe the way this is going to work is I am arguing for Carnage, and Liam is arguing for SAX. I'm right about that, right? You
Yeah.
prepared for that? Okay, I totally
You were
prepared for
supposed to do
Carnage.
SAX. Aren't you the big Metroid fan?
Why do we do this every week?
I did it.
And it's our job to convince the jury to vote for our respective character to win in a death battle through any means necessary. And the jury consists of 3 seats. That'll be Chad, Armando, and you watching at home, if you're watching this live on Wednesday. But this isn't a courtroom. We're all part of the conversation. So go ahead and chime in. Got some questions, maybe got some pointers you want to bring up to argue for one or the other. Go for it. I want to know what you think. All right, so we are going to begin with opening statements. 60 seconds or nobody can interrupt us. Liam?
Armando, go. No, I'm just kidding.
Armando,
As the
opening
Supreme
statements
Court
on the biddies.
clearly states, Carnage reigns.
Yeah, I'll go.
Liam,
I always
for the
go.
SAX.
strategically bad. But the SAX, a deadly monster, the galaxy's most fearsome predator, so fearsome that the Chozo needed to create its own race of monsters that were threatened the galaxy just in order to stop its spread. It has fully copied everything about Samus, her memories, her brain, every single one of her weapons and her armor from, I believe it's like post Super Metroid. So it is a fully decked out Samus with the abilities of an unstoppable alien parasite hidden within. It is incredibly deadly, incredibly powerful. I think its main advantage here is its arsenal that counters Carnage in a couple of different ways, and is just significantly faster and more powerful to boot. It just has Carnage covered in every single way. Carnage really doesn't have a victory condition here against the X. It's just too.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Oh, no, the game, not even a single option where you think Carnage could win. Okay.
Yeah, don't think so.
Really, apparently really one-sided, but we'll see because we get the 60 seconds. The 60 seconds up? Nope, that's not the right word. All right. Carnage is a Clintar. Also, an alien species that was kind of designed to be the deadliest thing in the universe. And hardly anything can actually counter them outside of their own species. Carnage is not just a deadly Clintar, but a copy of a Clintar who already copied one of the most famous superheroes in the Marvel Universe. So he's a copy of a copy of a copy with all of those powers, and is more powerful than them, able to overpower Venom and Spider-Man on the reg, and is incredibly versatile. If you've got a weapon, Carnage can make something better than it just out of his own body. Because unlike Venom, his symbiote suit is his blood, and he has 100% control over it and can create whatever he wants out of it. He might as well be a blood lantern? Sure, we'll go with that. Carnage totally has this.
Hashtag Blood Lantern. You didn't even mention the fact that his host body is Cletus Cassidy, one of the craziest murderers to ever be put down on a comic page. So, like, you know, that's going for him too.
Yes. Well, I guess. I mean, it makes him a lot less likable than Eddie Brock. But it does mean, so the way the Carnage symbiote works is, we all know Venom, right? Venom, the symbiote merged with Eddie Brock, and they had this whole, like, Jekyll and Hyde sort of relationship, which, like, they had to just determine whether they were Venom or Eddie or both. Cletus never had that problem. Cletus bonded through the Carnage symbiote through his blood. And Carnage is literally in his blood, to the point where, this is a big point I was going to say for later, but he can regenerate from a single drop of blood, of Cletus's blood. So he is bonded to Cletus in a way that Venom and other symbiotes are not bonded to their other hosts, because typically they're symbiote, they're sort of parasitic in nature, but he is sort of just part of Cletus's body. There is no other symbiote quite like Carnage in that fact. Carnage was in fact so deadly, so dangerous, that he became the chosen vessel for the, like, symbiote god. He became basically his champion to resurrect him or to re-release him, because there's a symbiote god who was super powerful and was going to destroy all of creation, blah, 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 blah. And Carnage was the one who was chosen to bring him back by literally devouring all the other symbiotes. Which he did. He totally did. He succeeded. Venom, of course, because he's the hero, managed to kill him at the last second, but he still got Null back into reality. And the only reason why Venom was able to compete with Null was because he absorbed all the symbiotes that Carnage had absorbed. So, from Carnage and Carnage himself. So he's incredibly powerful to, like, that high of a level.
Hey, it's me. Did you know that going online without ExpressVPN is like leaving your kids with the nearest stranger while you use the restroom? I mean, sure, it's probably fine, but you don't know if that person can be trusted. That's why they taught us about stranger dangers, kids. and why you should know about stranger danger as an adult going on the internet or a kid going on the internet. Because there's a lot of bad people out there trying to steal your bipits, and you should encrypt all them bipits because it's a smart thing to do, and that's exactly what ExpressVPN's gonna do for you here, okay? So, ExpressVPN is it's going to protect you by creating a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet so hackers can't steal your sensitive information. It would take a hacker with a supercomputer a millennia of millennias to get past ExpressVPN's encryption. So, what do you need to do? Well, you need to go expressvpn.com/dbc. That is ExpressVPN, expressvpn.com/dbc, and you can get an extra 3 months free at expressvpn.com/dbc. Keep all your bipits safe. Keep your internets encrypted and your tunnels nice and shielded. Okay? Go check them out. We'd love that. Support things that support us. Thank you. Bye.
I don't really know what the SAX is going to have that could possibly overpower that. Like, Samus is cool, but missiles?
Then let's talk about that. Let us, in fact, talk about that.
Really? You think
Because-
you can top Parasite Jesus?
I think I can.
Well, it's more like Antichrist.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
the parasite devil. So, first off, it is worth mentioning that Samus's arsenal is significantly more powerful than you might think. One of her power bombs was able to cause a volcanic eruption in the manga. I forgot to share images. Well, whatever, it doesn't matter. A literal volcanic eruption, which, as we determined in Ryu versus Jin, was up to 100 megatons, somewhere in the double to triple digit megaton range in terms of raw power. That would be more than enough to vaporize Carnage in a single blast. Not only that, a fully charged beam from Samus was able to cause a different eruption in an underwater volcano. So it's a similar power. And if you've played the games, a fully charged beam and a power bomb should be that makes sense. They're roughly the same level of power. Not only that, the SAX's ice beam would be able to freeze Carnage completely in a block of ice immediately, stopping any attack. And a fully charged plasma beam would be capable of vaporizing it totally and instantly. Plasma beams are up to about 14,500 degrees Fahrenheit, which is hotter than the surface of the sun. And as we know, Carnage has or at least had a weakness to fire. If he lost it, then, still...
He no longer has his weaknesses.
He no longer has his weakness to
What
fire.
about ice? What about ice?
Carnage can totally stand on the surface of the sun.
Oh, tight.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, wait, when did that happen? What are you talking about?
Even if he doesn't
lying.
have his weakness to fire, it's a weird thing because it's like, I don't have a weakness to fire, right? But I would still be killed by intense heat, right?
Oh, really? Wow,
It's not
that's
like-
incredible.
It's not like my kryptonite, but
Yeah.
I would still be hurt by it. And
I think
Samus's power output is enough to vaporize Carnage, regardless if he has like a weakness to fire.
I think it's very bold of you to assume you don't have a weakness to fire. I mean,
I would
what
say that I'm
burning
just,
is.
but that's my point. That's my point.
Yeah,
There's,
that's a really good point, Armando. Because, like, would you consider humanity in general?
yeah.
Are we just like not weak to fire, or is that classified as one of our kryptonites, and we just
Well,
happen to have like a million
because
kryptonites?
weaknesses are like a ridiculous made-up comic book concept.
I don't
No,
know.
they are not. We are
Yeah.
weak to everything. We're the worst Pokemon in existence.
Yeah. Yo, have you ever raised a kid?
Yeah.
I don't know how this species survived. Like all they try and do is kill themselves 24/7. You can't put a blanket in their crib or they'll kill themselves with it. Like we are not optimized
Dogs
for
will
survival.
sit on them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
like-
cannot own Windex with a baby because it'll go, oh, what's that? Kool-Aid? Fuck yeah. Let's do it.
It'll be magnetized to it, and
Yeah.
it'll be like, I need to drink this shit.
I'm
Yeah.
So
sorry.
we are weak
I'm
to
sorry to bring
blankets
up-
to fire.
I'm yeah, we're weak to blankets too.
and Windex.
I hate to bring Pokemon into it again, but it's just like it's the perfect way to explain. It's like Pokemon are weak to shit, right? They're strong against shit, they're effective against shit,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
not effective against shit. And it's the perfect way to explain weaknesses because like a Pokemon that is rock type can be hit by a lightning strike, like several lightning strikes, and just be like, yeah, I'm fine. But then they're weak towards something else. We're weak towards everything. You can throw if you got hit by a bunch of lightning, you die instantly.
Exactly.
If I took a rock and threw it hard enough, it would also kill you. We are weak against everything.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That's actually a better example because Pikachu is electric type, so he's resistant to electric, right?
Yeah.
So he doesn't have a weakness to electricity. But if Thor hit him with a fucking lightning bolt, then GG, that Pikachu's getting vaporized. So that's the point I'm making.
The other day, I accidentally inhaled some saliva and almost choked. So that's weak to our own bodies.
The only thing that we're effective against is like emotional damage. That's what we have.
Don't forget the environment. We fucked that shit up real good. Okay,
oh my god. Now I just want to do a death battle with generic human. And just analyze generic human. What is generic human weak to?
Up next on Death Battle, it's Jim. It's just a guy.
I mean that does. This is tangent, but I always did wonder, what if you hit Hogwarts versus a dude with a sniper rifle that's up in the tower, one of Hogwarts towers.
That's really fucked up, dude. I'm sorry, hold on. Are you talking about the Kennedy scenario for Hogwarts? Jesus Christ.
It's more it's technically more like the other one that was the reason they created the SWAT. They created SWAT. I forget what it was. But my point is Yes, that one. Yeah.
Okay.
But
so you're saying SWAT Force versus Hogwarts? What would happen?
Yeah. Would it
I could have sworn we actually did an episode, not like this type of Death Metal Cast, but we did talk about this on a Death Metal Cast at one point. I could have sworn we've done that before. Maybe we haven't.
About Liam's Hogwarts genocide? No, not that I remember.
A person with a gun.
Did we not do wizards versus guns at some point? I could have sworn we did that.
Guns. That's the point. That's the
chat.
I may have
wizards
it in the most
guns?
macabre way possible, but it's wizards versus people with machine guns.
There's.
It's like Avada Kedavra, but 50,000 times a minute.
I mean, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, huge nerd for Star Wars. And one thing that I found out in the Star Wars universe is that bullets exist, and they're one of the only things that
slug throwers.
Yeah, they're one of the only things that can kill Jedi. Because even if you pass a lightsaber through it, it's still hot metal, still hits your body, and for some reason the Force is fucking iffy on it. So if a gun, what I'm saying is, if a gun can kill a Jedi, it can kill the fuck out of Neville Longbottom, right?
Well, now we are so off the rails.
We're so off track. Yeah, we'll get back to it though.
No, this is great. We're gonna have you back. These are my favorite episodes.
McGonagall didn't just go up into the tower when Voldemort came and just popped his fucking head off. Why not? Dude? It's just asymmetrical warfare. Christ.
Can you imagine that? It's just like Voldemort just gets dropped. You hear the echo off of the shot, right? And Voldemort's down, and then it goes back. You see the barrel gets that classic shot, right? On the scope, and then it's just McGonagall. Got him.
You know what? You know what's kind of crazy?
Dealt with the Horcruxes.
Hold on.
But still, that's immediate.
Only the sniper rifle is a transmuted rat or some shit, and then she just pops it back.
Well, you know what's kind of funny is that honestly, I think that would have totally fit, because a main theme for the Harry Potter series was that the wizards were so traditionalist and stuck in their old ways, and that's what led to their government being complete shit. Gee, interesting. So having them just be fuck this, Muggle tech is actually pretty cool, and Arthur Weasley comes up with a bunch of sniper rifles, that would have totally worked. It would have been really weird, but technically it would have totally worked. But Carnage.
Anyways, Carnage. Yeah.
So listen, here's the thing that's not talked about enough when it comes to Carnage. Fighting him would be fucking disgusting. Okay? Yeah. I feel like that gives him a tactical advantage in a fight.
It is an animalistic killer that would take over the entire galaxy if it had the chance. So it would not be. There's something
here.
Have you seen what the SAX turns into in the final boss fight? That's fucking disgusting.
A giant monster. But let me point out a couple things for Carnage. For one thing, So Carnage is incredibly fast. Luckily we've done a couple symbiotes, literally a couple symbiotes in Death Battle. So I was able to look up some of the stats that we found for them. He is faster and stronger than Venom, and Venom,
Yes.
and Venom is able to catch Mjolnir moving at 2,000 times the speed of sound. So Carnage is going to be super fast. He'll be able to keep up with SAX. Carnage does not have the typical symbiote weaknesses to sound or fire. The only things he's like Pokemon weak to is
Blankets.
Demonic magic, right?
Anti-Venom's touch, because Anti-Venom was designed to be an anti-symbiote, and Cthulhu magic. The Null magic. Like, there's some weird magic associated with the symbiotes that he's technically weak to. That's it. There's no way SAX is going to have that.
So like fucking Lovecraftian ancient god magic and then antibiotics can take this dude out.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
Dope.
The COVID vaccine would demolish this.
Oh
guy.
God, don't even
He's probably.
Oh, God.
Carnage is probably an anti-vax.
get vaccinated. Be
Okay, he
responsible.
probably actually wouldn't. He actually, to be fair, Carnage would probably not need it because the symbiote is probably resistant to like diseases or whatever. Whatever.
I'm not entirely sure if this would apply to the X parasite, but Carnage is capable of absorbing other parasites. This is how he became Antichrist Carnage, basically.
Yeah.
Is he absorbed another symbiote or a piece of it named Grendel, which was a literal dragon parasite, like Clintar parasite. So I don't know if he could technically do that to the X parasite, literally suck it out of SAX, but it's possible.
I wanted to get to this because I figured we'd get to this. Like, what would happen if it? I'll say base Samus, just to counter the speed thing. Base Samus was able to dodge lightning bolts in Zero Mission, like in the Zero suits, not even with like her speed being enhanced by the speed boosters of the power suit. And
Doesn't
characters
the Zero
like
suit enhancer?
yeah, but like less than the power suit. So like
Yeah.
the SX would be faster. Plus characters like Dark Samus and Ridley were able to travel like across interplanetary distances with a short amount of time, so somewhat around like relativistic faster than light. And a character called Goria from Hunters was able to travel across an entire galaxy and wipe out all life in a galaxy in 3 months. So way faster than light. So if you want to pull out the scaling, I think SAX would actually be a lot faster. But in terms of parasite
versus combat, so
oh, do you want to talk about? Do we want to resurrect travel speed versus combat speed again?
Oh, here we go. We're getting fighty.
I
There
missed
isn't-
something. I thought we were talking about fucking Carnage sucking up that
well, I'm
sweet
gonna
shit.
get to that.
Okay.
you
yeah,
can keep
I'm
going.
sorry.
Combat speed can be scaled to travel speed. Not the
I'm
other
sorry.
way
No,
around.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to hear about the battle blowjob. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
If anything tries to absorb, when Samus tried to absorb the SAX in their final battle, before the X willingly gave itself up to fight the Metroid, the Omega Metroid at the final battle, it's able to release like blasts of like ice energy. It's like it's connected to like the ice cannon from its core self. So after its body has been destroyed, it's just the core. It's able to release like beams of or like omnidirectional blasts of ice to freeze anything that tries to absorb it. So I think Carnage would be able to do it. Secondly, the SAX, however, would be able to infect Carnage and maybe not like possess it, but definitely copy its abilities, because it can copy any life form that it touches. Even like Samus, not even just Samus, like when it copied Samus, it didn't just copy the human being inside of Samus, it copied her power suit too. It copied everything about her. It can copy her memories. It copied like inorganic elements of her body. It can copy any creature in the galaxy.
So does it when it copies, does it take on like personality traits or anything like that?
It takes on the memories and knowledge of whoever it copies. I don't think it has Samus's personality.
Because there was a brief time where Samus couldn't use her weapons unless she got permission from a man. So like,
Wait, was the man the person?
It did
playing
not
the
have
game?
that problem when it copied her. Trust me, I played Metroid Fusion. It'll whoop the shit out of your ass. No.
Adam
I
might as well have
certainly-
been playing Metroid.
Yeah.
Other M.
What game was that? Other M, right?
Yeah.
I
Dude,
have a question that seems like it'll be irrelevant, but I promise you.
Those are the best
Think it
questions
will.
because they
Yeah,
usually aren't.
please.
All right.
So when SAX copies, right? It takes on. You said it could take on some personality traits, and it could take on like memories and stuff like that.
Not personality, but memories and knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, do you think that it also, like, when it got copied, it inherited the host's like college student debt loans and just like general like
Is
credit
it-
card bills?
Is it legally binding? If it
Yeah.
kills the host, does the debt? I mean, student loan debts never fucking go away.
No.
It is stuck on you like shit on stink. So
Yeah.
it probably would legally count as
Okay,
as
all right.
adopting that debt.
Well,
so
actually-
the host of Carnage, I'm gonna be willing to bet, did absolutely not go to college and doesn't have that like, fucking
Yeah,
the
that's
weight
true.
of that debt on it. So you know what? I'm gonna give 1 point to Carnage that doesn't have to deal.
Oh no, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Cletus doesn't even have a GED. Like,
Yeah, that's for sure.
Not
He's
even-
probably
not even
ate
close.
His elementary school
Well,
teacher.
If it gets Cletus's memories, would it go insane? Because I would imagine the way that Cletus Cassidy perceives things is way different than I guess someone who would be more considered stable.
Cletus
Cletus
Cassidy
So that
isn't
might be
isn't like-
really overwhelming.
He isn't like Joker crazy. I mean, like it's been a while, but he's more of like a psychopath. Like he just doesn't-
yes and no.
He's
He
like,
does create false memories for himself. Like
Oh,
there are
okay.
multiple times. It's actually very similar to Joker in that way, where there have been multiple times where we've had like a backstory for Cletus, and it's been different every time.
Yeah.
And it's not because he's lying. It's because he legitimately has new
Doesn't-
memories
doesn't
all
know.
the
Okay.
time.
yeah.
And it's in our episode with Carnage. Actually, we kind of theorized that it was tied to his mother's death because like I think he's responsible for it, and he's been trying to like fix that memory so he doesn't feel responsible or something like that. But we're not 100% sure if that's true or not. That might have changed in the comic sense, then I'm not entirely sure. But either way, yeah, Cletus is fucking crazy. So absorbing those memories might have an effect. But also, if they've got Samus's memories, Cletus or Carnage can grow wings and fly and become sort of a strange alien-looking flying monster.
Gross.
Samus is fucking terrified of strange flying
No,
alien monsters.
oh my- okay. The deep
According
holes
to
here.
Metroid Other M.
Yeah. Okay. All right. She's also
I already
killed-
pissed
she's
off the
also
chat for bringing up
mercilessly
Other M.
murdered plenty of giant winged monsters. That Other M shit. It is so. I hate it so much because it would make sense if it was canonically the first time she had interacted with Ridley, right? Because like PTSD, right? I get it. I buy it. It's not. It's like the 7th time. She doesn't. I played all the Metroid games leading up to Dread because I'm excited. I didn't freak out when I fought Ridley, and Samus sure didn't either. So no, I don't.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
buy
'cause
that
you
for a-
Fucking play
Damn
through the
second.
safety of a controller. Okay, this is my shoe. Is he
oh
said
my lord in
he
heaven.
said that Samus has what is it, like an exceptional fear to giant winged monsters. Like again,
No, she
that's
has
not
an
just a
exceptional fear
human.
to Ridley specifically because he committed genocide on her entire planet.
Oh,
That's
Tyler,
why. And she doesn't have a fear. She's killed him like a billion times.
But this
Well,
would be
I'm
basically
sorry.
Blood Ridley.
yeah. I didn't know that there was a giant winged Hitler running around. Okay, I didn't know that. That's fucked. This whole
I didn't follow the joke logic there. Maybe I'm.
It's just weird.
there's a
All right,
giant.
No,
There's a
and I hope
giant
that everyone
winged
listening
monster.
knows how desperate that argument is. My lord.
Yeah.
God.
There's a
The SAX
giant.
would be petrified by the SAX doesn't have
I'm just
Samus's
asking
personality.
if-
She just
if-
has her
if-
memories and her
Yeah,
knowledge.
okay.
She doesn't have her personality.
What's
I mean,
the
if the knowledge can affect how
She's a
SAX
soulless.
plans in combat, then it theoretically there could be some negatives.
But the knowledge it has is oh, I've killed this exact thing like dozens of times. I do it regularly. Oh, here I'm going shooting again. You know that's
either
what
way
it would do.
You've been inside a lot lately, like me? Maybe, because, the world. Anyways, if it's getting bored eating the same meal over and over that you're typically used to cooking for yourself because you know how to cook about 1 week's worth of meals and that's just a routine you've fallen into, boy, howdy do I got a suggestion for you. That suggestion, our friends over at HelloFresh. Let me tell you about these. They got excellent stuff, and the best thing about it is that it just mixes up your whole week and teaches you about new flavors you don't play with. Like they got meatball bulgogi coming up, which is so cool, and like there's just stuff like that I would never have cooked for myself, and I would never have played around with those kind of flavors. But when you get it, when you cook it, when you learn how those flavors work together, you learn so much more as just like a person who cooks. It's not just about the 1 meals or the 3 meals or the 5 or the 7, whatever you sign up for, that they send you. It's about how much you learn from making those meals. It just makes it absolutely worth it. And throughout the quarantine game, thanks to stuff like this, I've upped my personal kitchen game quite a bit. And it's awesome, man. Let me tell you, it's great to have that in your repertoire. And it's great to have a product like this. And it's also great because you get 28% cheaper than the grocery stores by doing it this way. Anyways, you can have the quality, healthy food and save money without even leaving the house, which y'all know I love because going outside is for losers and extroverts. So yeah, stay inside, get HelloFresh. Go to HelloFresh.com/cast14 and use code CAST14 for up to 14 free meals, including free shipping. It's a lot of meals, y'all. I use the code myself. So, it's pretty good. Anyways, go HelloFresh.com/cast14 and use code CAST14 for up to 14 meals, including free shipping. Go do it. Go try it. Y'all know we love it. Thank you.
That's what it would.
Either way, there's another thing I did want to talk about. You mentioned that SX recreated the power suit,
Yes.
right?
Uh-huh.
Is it when the SX recreates the power suit? Is it like a biological version of the power suit, or is it a technological device?
That's a good question. Actually, it is not clear, because it's not clear if it's like
it did absorb pieces of the power suit, because if you recall at the beginning of Fusion, like the power suit's all fucked up and like fused to Samus and stuff like that. Like they can't remove it properly. Yeah. So the X does have pieces of the power suit in it. And then when you reabsorb the X at the end, you get the full power suit back.
Yes.
So I'm of the opinion that it is at least partially technological.
Okay.
So let me tell you about a little story called Venom Carnage Unleashed, where a video game developer made a video game based on Carnage. And despite being in jail at the time, he wanted royalties. So he broke out of prison, assaulted the video game developer, and while there discovered that he can go inside of computers and attack people from the internet. So Carnage can literally just go inside the wiring of the power suit and just tear it apart from the inside of it.
You can also do that to people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
he has.
And if he does that, then the SAX will go, oh, cool. Now the SAX has all those Carnage powers as well. The SAX can also regenerate, so even if the suit is destroyed, it can grow it back, and it can reproduce asexually, just like SpongeBob. So they note in the game that once you get rid of one of the SAXs, you get rid of the SAX in the game by jettisoning part of the space station away. Yeah. And it's like, just actually, there's 10 others in here too that it reproduced. So,
I'm sorry. Just like SpongeBob?
Yeah,
not Venom?
Yeah.
There's the obvious connection here.
Yeah.
And you went out a humorous reference, spicing up the conversation.
The problem you had with the statement wasn't the fact that SpongeBob can reproduce asexually. It was just that he didn't pick the right. Okay, all right.
No, I knowingly chose SpongeBob. I know
No,
who chose SpongeBob.
You're not the one I have the
Carnage
issue
is
with.
really just a copy of SpongeBob. I mean,
Okay.
I was just very
symbiotes
surprised
are
because
based off of SpongeBob. That's the
Man,
thing.
we are
Carnage was created
everywhere.
by Venom reproducing asexually. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it
also
seemed like
Venom.
the
basic-
like SpongeBob,
yeah.
and also like Venom. There we go.
I'm-
Now everyone's happy and
I'm in-
satiated and smiling.
I'm in
In a
love
good
with
mood.
this show because
that's good.
because I heard an argument that was essentially, oh yeah, Carnage can literally cyberbully people. He can go inside of the internet, pop out, and then murder you. And your response to that was like, oh yeah, well this guy don't even need to come.
Armando,
Yeah.
you want to sit in on a
Don't
Death Battle
need to
writing
come.
session sometime because it's kind of like this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Except I actually write he don't need to come, and then Ben goes, we're gonna I don't know, we're probably need to cut that.
Yeah. Can we just say like SpongeBob instead? It implies.
You know, he's kind of joking, but he's also kind of not.
I'm kind of not joking.
Like legitimately.
It'll tie into it. The script we just finished.
Yeah. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and get to that. All right. So we'll go ahead and wrap up the argument there. You can vote if you're watching this
What
live.
argument?
What do you mean, what argument? I've been laying it down.
We've been talking like Carnage is gonna just go
I
inside
know that we're joking,
the
but I
body and tear it
actually
apart.
have been making arguments.
Yeah,
All right.
so have I.
Yeah.
It's fine. So you can vote for Carnage or SAX in the chat right now. If you're on mobile, you can use #1 to vote for Carnage, #2 to vote for SAX. Carnage is number 1, so that's the one you got to go for.
Can I
what's
ask
up?
one last question before
Yeah,
everyone
of
votes?
course.
I feel like this is really going to sway it for me. Does Carnage need to come?
Cletus Cassidy
Cletus is a
would.
man, isn't he? We all need
Cletus, well, no. Cletus would,
Uh-huh.
right? Cletus would
Yes.
if he wanted to reproduce, but if the if the Carnage symbiote wanted to reproduce, no, it doesn't have to.
Well,
Okay, but can it?
it depends. One of the things that
It would be blood.
I did not mention is that it can shoot off its blood and reproduce or possess others that way. So
I regret asking, but it does help me make an informed decision. Thank you very much.
all right, but we will get to the vote later.
That's what
Yeah,
I
will
hey,
get-
Sam, if you're listening, episode title: Does Carnage need to come? We totally won't get flagged. Go
Carnage
ahead.
is come.
Well,
Oh.
that'll be the
Oh.
title on the Rooster Teeth, and we'll have to like censor it for the YouTube one.
Oh,
Okay.
perfect. Later, Father Alligator says, "Good question" in the chat. Sorry, go on.
It's a new question. It's a new question.
Sure is.
All right, we'll give you some time to vote as we talk about what's going on and show off a sneak peek for Macho Man Kool-Aid Man. So let's go ahead and get to that right now. What's going on?
See, now it just looks like He-Man's coming.
Well, to be fair, that's always what it looked like.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, what's going? Nope. All right.
What's
Let's go
coming our way,
ahead.
Ben? Tell us.
Let's go ahead and check out that sneak peek because everybody wants to see the sneak peek for Kool-Aid Man, Macho Man. So let's just watch it. It's fine.
There you go. Blast us with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Ten, 21, Macho Man versus Kool-Aid Man on the 150th episode on the 10th anniversary of Death Battle. We're so excited for this.
Wheel, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wait, brother was Hulk
Armando,
Hogan, sorry.
Armando, can you repeat what you said while we were watching that?
Yeah, because
I
I
was
was
watching-
dying.
I was watching that ad. It looked just like me fighting Blaine Gibson.
We fucked up on the voice cast. We clearly should have gotten Blaine and Armando.
Yeah, this is a small tangent, but Blaine and I are really good friends. He's one of my best friends, and ever since we met, we have been threatening to do a death battle of our own, where we're trying to figure out. He insists that he's got speed on his side. I'm 6'5" and a humongous monster man. Okay, I can sit on Blaine on accident and kill Blaine.
Yo, let's do this. Okay, Blaine's been on the show before. Armando, you're great. We're definitely gonna have you back. So let's do it. Let's get Blaine and you on, and you guys can we can be the jury and decide who would win in a fight to the death between you and Blaine.
Absolutely. We have never done a community death battle where people argue for themselves to win a fight.
This is great.
That would be amazing. I am 110% on board for this.
Please. And then we can save you money on animation by just actually fighting to the death.
Oh my God, I love it. Yes, it's so good. Wow. All right.
Also, he was saying speed's on his side. The thing that he hates doing is cardio.
Yeah, exactly.
So like,
ooh.
Yeah,
sounds like we got pretty good analysis here.
We've done a lot of it where it's just like, traditional Thunderdome rules, but we're going no weapons, no sharp weapons, only blunt objects. We've got it all figured out. We've been trying to get the funding to do it for like a pay-per-view on Rooster Teeth or something.
Well, we'll start with Death Battle Cast, and you guys can debate it, and we'll see if that can turn into something. That's how we kickstart it.
Pretty cool. I'm 100% on board for this. Okay. What were we talking about?
X's ad Liam. He lacks a weakness to fire.
Oh, we were just talking about what we would do for a Joe Schmo Death Battle, so this is perfect. The weaknesses. Yeah. We have the weaknesses slate come back for the first time ever, and it's just like a million things.
Yeah, like immediately ask me like, all right, are you any of you guys allergic to anything? Like,
Yeah. Weak to fire, weak to blankets, weak to poison ivy. It'd be great.
Weak to bad arguments.
What's a regret that you constantly dwell on, and how does that affect your mental state?
Oh my God. Well, speaking of regrets, I don't really know what that's for.
Wait, how are you gonna? Hey, speaking of regrets, thanks for being here.
Macho Man vs. Kool-Aid Man is coming out next week. If you haven't seen the previews, they are up right now on Rooster Teeth and YouTube. You can get a little sneak peek of what is going on with the fight. It is, and I know we keep saying this, and it's because we think that it's important to hammer home. It is a very different death battle. We intended this to be something wildly different than what we usually do. However, I have seen a couple concerns from some viewers, so I did want to quell that there is still a death battle in it. Like we are still analyzing Macho Man and Kool-Aid Man, and we do come to a conclusion.
Yes.
It's just the packaging that it's wrapped in.
Yes.
Is a little different and very fun.
Yeah. There's still a wonderful little Nintendo 64 inside of there, but it's packaged to make it look like it's going to be socks. I don't know. It was a really weird. I was trying to do a Christmas morning analogy. You got it, but like, how do you? It doesn't even visually make sense. Like, how do you package a thing to make it look like socks? But it's a Nintendo 64. It's more like the opposite. Whatever.
Well, that's a lot of socks.
No,
it's right. Like you would
write
put
socks
on
it.
Inside a big box. Yeah. You would write socks.
It's just a 64 box, but it just says socks.
I tried to go with the analogy, and I just.
But that really hurt you. I can tell.
It did.
That bothered you.
It's
okay. Earlier in this episode, I called a giant genocide monster Space Hitler. So
that's what you meant. Oh, I thought you were saying like a giant like Hitler with like wings and like laser beams in his eyes.
No.
Oh, you were okay. That makes a lot of sense. I don't know why I came up. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
No, I yelled it into a mic and was like, yeah, nailed that punchline. And I got to watch all three of your faces look at me like,
Silence.
oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no, Ridley is a big Hitler. Riddler.
That's just the Riddler. Sorry.
Riddler.
Is
Ridley
the Riddler
plus
across?
Hitler.
Nope.
The Riddler.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh
All right,
my
well,
God,
since
I'm
we've
gonna-
clearly run
Groundbreaking
out of
stuff on the
material
show
here, let's go ahead and just get to the community death battle. Fuck it.
Sure.
I don't care.
The results.
I don't care.
All right,
All
let's
right.
get to these votes. But first, we got to hear from you guys, the community, what you guys had to say about this matchup on Twitter. Let's go ahead and bring up the first response.
This one comes from, hey, gaming news guy, what's up? SAX wins. It has access to Samus's whole Varia arsenal, including power bombs. They can create large explosions, which Carnage is weak to. Outside of bombs, Samus, which SAX stole the suit from, is powerful enough to destroy underwater volcanoes and fast enough to dodge lightning. Hey, Liam, it's backing up everything you said.
That top
But
left
with
one is
images.
the power bomb blowing up a planet too. BT dubs. So I'm not sure if it's.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
didn't
sure if
even
it's a
mention
special, a
Carnage
special.
surviving the gene bomb, which is going to destroy every human in the world.
Yeah, but we talked about that for Carnage Lucy. It wasn't like a big like power explosion. It was like a Haxie explosion. It was still a powerful explosion. It wasn't like
it's a little,
going to destroy the surface of the. It wasn't going to like.
But if
It's
he
a
could
little fuzzy
resist
what it
that,
actually
couldn't he
does.
resist the
or how it works.
parasite trying to take him over? If it was a genetic bomb?
Yeah, the
He
point
just-
the point of the bomb was that it was going to kill everybody except for mutants because it was apocalypse. He smothered it, stopping the explosion, so he took the full brunt of whatever the blast was.
It's not really the same thing. The SX would just copy
Still,
its DNA.
he is
It would,
not a
like, Analyze it
mutant.
and scan it and copy it.
He is not a mutant, and he survived the full blast of an anti-human bomb. So
Yeah, but isn't his DNA mixed with like the symbiote's DNA? Like they're like totally merged. Like they're
True.
like one being. Yeah. So I see he probably didn't count as a human anymore either.
maybe I don't know.
He's like whatever Grimace is.
Armando, welcome to our
Grimace?
brains. He's like a wait, what?
Yeah.
Like
I just-
Grimace,
I
like
was just
from
like- I was
McDonald's.
just
Like the
I was
purple-
here's an opportunity
the purple
to throw
turd
another
man?
weird character reference. It doesn't
Yeah, we're
always
getting-
make sense, but
We're getting all sorts of great death battle ideas. Why have we never done a battle royale with the McDonald's characters? Like, let's debate
I
that
don't know.
sometime.
Yeah.
I don't know because we hate fun.
Hey, cereal mascot battle royale is still like one of my favorite debates we've ever had, and I think
I'd be
the
super
McDonald's characters
Does the
could
sun
really
is?
stack up.
Have we ever decided if the sun is included? That would be unfair.
No,
right?
we got the sun. No, the sun. The Raisin Bran sun is there. It's
But
got
it's the sun.
Oh,
I
then
don't
it
know,
wins.
whatever.
It's the question
it
of
wins.
size.
But the Captain Crunch
Well,
could
Captain
crunch
has a
ties the sun.
yes.
Like that's the question.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
I
Two
like
things.
that.
First of all,
the question,
Raisin
the core
Raisin Bran's son. No. Shut up. Raisin Bran's son is a sun. So
It is a sun.
it doesn't matter
It's
what
canonically the
size it
sun.
is. It's a fucking star. So it will burn you to death. Secondly, even if you kill the Raisin Bran sun, it will create a black hole and take everything else with it, thereby winning by default. I mean, the fucking Raisin Bran sun is unbeatable.
But
But if you turn it into Captain Crunch,
Right.
then it's fine.
the Captain Crunch can come flying in out of like some alternate reality on a ship that doesn't need water and shoot this giant beam that turns anything into Captain Crunch
ship
cereal.
that-
Wow,
doesn't
Count
need
Chocula
water.
would be really fucked in that scenario. Wouldn't
Yeah.
he?
Yeah,
Count
a
Chocula
little
would just
bit.
turn into dust
All right.
immediately.
we will get to that episode.
Sam's yelling at us right now.
Okay, yeah. We need to-
Sam-
Okay, I changed my answer. I changed my answer
Yeah.
completely.
I'm not
Sam
sure if
said
you
there's-
guys.
We
heard
left one
that.
out. General Brand cereal had a mascot called the Smorcerer. So we'll
All right.
bring that
Well,
up
we
for the
have
next
talked
one.
about potentially doing that because we did that debate before we did the typical community death battles that we have today. So we have talked about doing like a 4-way community death battle or 6-way. I don't know what we would do version of this with the mascots, and I'd love to do that. But we still have another answer to get to for Carnage from the Twitter results. So let's go ahead and pull that one up right now.
All right, this one comes from Tristan Lystra. Carnage should take this. SAX should scale to Samus, and while she has done many impressive things, she's nowhere near as strong as Carnage or the people he scales to / above, like Spider-Man.
Proof? Evidence? I see none, or none exists.
What?
Hey,
Okay.
quit yelling at our community members, Liam. This is why you can't vote for Samus, because Liam's a monster.
I'm
Yeah.
not a monster. And you won't vote for Samus because it's not Samus, it's the SAX. So don't
See? See, shit like that. Shit like that right there.
Hey,
Hold on.
you know,
Hold on, Armando's Googling something, it
Hold on.
appears.
I'm trying to see if I can pull this up fast enough.
Carnage.
I swear to God, if it's Carnage coming.
No.
We had the same thought.
I would never.
Rule 34 Carnage.
I don't know. You guys do some stuff over there at Funhouse, man.
Oh yeah, we do some pretty fucked shit.
Oh yeah, Goku Black Reverse Flash Q&A not happening this week.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah,
hold on.
yeah. Sorry about that. We'll have to do that next week, I guess.
There wouldn't have been enough time anyways, even if we.
I mean, figuring out whether or not Carnage could come or not is clearly more
way
important.
more important.
God damn it.
Okay, hold on. I got to turn my camera off for 1 second because I think I can get this. I promise it's going to be
What
worth
are you gonna
it.
show?
I know. I was gonna say you can just link it to Brian, but now I'm scared.
I'm very nervous now.
No, I don't think I can do that. Oh, fuck, where did I put it?
Oh.
I don't think I can do that.
Uh-oh.
Okay, wait.
We're waiting.
While he's doing
Wait.
that, everybody get your votes in. We'll wrap up the poll right now.
Yeah, I just had one more. There we go. One more community tweet I wanted to share with you, and there we go. I feel like we didn't take this into account, and
Hey, it was just.
I mean,
posted.
Carnage would be way better at it.
Well,
I can tell
here's
you
the
that.
thing. Here's the thing. I think we have actually taken that into account because we do get tweets like that like a couple times every 5 minutes.
Yes.
So
from people that are angry about your result, I forgot that I'd still like. There's no. Can you go full screen on me for a second?
oh my god.
Hey, it's me, your boy.
That's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. Well, it's a long story.
You know, I was going to have a segment here at the end where I was like, Armando, where can they find you? But there,
Clearly
you
on
can find
Twitter.
him there.
Yeah,
Who's yours?
well, getting banned off of Twitter and blocked from this podcast Twitter account, apparently.
What I love right
Follow.
now is so like I really hope that like one of our producers who is not watching the show just checks Twitter and be like, why did Armando tweet "eat my ass" death battle? Like,
Uh-oh. Something happened? Oh,
yeah, what
no.
did they do?
Better call PR. I love it. All right, let's get to the Twitter poll, and then we'll get our votes in. First vote, Twitter poll. Let's bring it up.
Oh God, I swear
Yeah,
if Brian brought up
that's-
if Brian brought up the tweet that said "eat my ass" again, I was gonna die.
Expected. That's expected.
All right. Oh yeah.
Carnage wins the Twitter poll.
I'm surprised it was that close.
Basically 59% to 41%.
Yeah. 50-40.
So Armando, how these go is the Twitter poll is usually a popularity contest. There it is. Yeah, so the Twitter poll is usually a popularity contest, and then we get to do our votes, but then the chat is really where we see where the debate, if it swayed anything.
Also, I just realized we have audio podcast listeners and they have no idea what the fuck happened the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, so I
Whatever.
tweeted.
Armando posted Carnage hentai.
Yeah,
no, God.
Exactly.
I've done worse. I've been on before I was on this show, by the way, I told you guys that sometimes I will randomly drop into shows on accident, and I did that to model employees, and they let me stay and put me on the episode. And then I started posting Lorax Rule 34 images. And so it's not out of the realm of
We
possibility.
talked about the once
Oh,
All right,
the
we only have a
sexy
few
one.
minutes left, so we do need to get
All
to this. So we've got one vote for Carnage. Let's go ahead and get your votes before we move on to the chat. So Chad, let's start with you. Carnage or SAX?
Oh, let's see. I'm honestly back and forth because I felt like we should have debated it more. I don't think we really went into the weaknesses of each of them, but I mean, like, and you know, just because of Carnage being my favorite Spider-Man character, I'm gonna say Carnage. Sorry, Liam.
That's
Oh,
that's fair
boy.
for this.
You gave it
I-
2 votes for Carnage.
consideration.
Armando.
I don't want you to take any offense to this. Okay. First of all, I want to start by saying that if there's
That's what it's
anything,
being directed to.
if there's anything that you should know about Armando Torres, is that he never wants to offend anybody ever. But I want to say that the argument made for SAS was technically, from a debate standpoint, a better one. where I feel like, yeah, we didn't really fully get into the debate, but every time I felt like Carnage was winning, I would get a, well, actually, and then I felt
Yeah.
like, oh, fuck, I don't know. So I feel like on a long enough timeline, the debate for, or the argument for SAX would have won me over. Does that make sense?
Oh, there you go. So yeah, so you going with SAX?
Yeah, I'm going with SAX. I feel like, I don't know, those weapons are hard to get past, just how fucking powerful they are. I almost thought that you were going to go a different way with the suit being biological and not having the technical capabilities of the original suit, but then you fucking shot yourself in the foot with the laser beam by saying like, well, it's at least a little bit technological.
Well, okay.
Again, I don't want to offend you.
I don't
You
think it
did a great
matters
job.
either way.
I came in here one-sided biased, wanting Carnage to win, but I just like those arguments are very good.
Wow.
All
Props
right.
to Liam.
It's my job
all
to
right.
be the obnoxious nerd
All right.
on this
So
show.
two. Yeah.
So that's two
for Carnage. Yep.
for Carnage, one for SAX, and Armando's banned from ever being on the show again. So, all right.
To eat my ass death battle. Sorry.
But,
Yeah,
yeah. But we do have one more vote. Yours. So let's go ahead and bring up the poll from the chat.
Look
Might
at
have
how
a tie
nervous Liam
here.
is. Look at how nervous Liam is.
See how this is gonna go. The votes are
Brian
in,
just
and the
ended the polls.
results
Here we go.
are
Oh!
SAX 58%, Carnage 42. We have a tie.
Whoa.
My
Now-
favorite. I love when we have a tie.
Oh.
We do have a tiebreaker rule, and that's when we go to the voice of God, Brian, who's managing everything about this show and making it run. Brian, who's
You know what,
going to
Zen.
win this?
Zen.
Oh, he's got a camera
got a camera
now!
now!
Hey,
Yay!
Brian! He's
Yeah,
got Wisdom Boomstick behind him.
finally got one set up. Yeah, I'm hold up in your own room. I mean, sticking with what I put in the chat poll earlier, I'm Carnage.
I know.
Oh, there it is.
Carnage takes us 3-2.
Yeah.
I finally win another one.
Should have expected it. I've
I
been on
put
a
my
winning streak recently.
Fucking career on the line for you, Liam. What the fuck, man? Liam, hold on.
I
Liam,
can't
what's
help
your
it if
what?
the world is against us, man.
Oh, yeah.
Liam,
What's your Twitter?
What's your
Yeah.
Twitter?
I will
Twitter
say a
is-
couple. Oh,
At
Go ahead.
eatmyass.com. Just
Oh,
kidding. No, it's not. Liam R. Swan, I think. I don't remember.
you think?
No, it's Liam Richard Swan.
No, is it the full? I think it was because
Yeah,
Liam
it's the
R.
full.
Swan was
I'm
taken.
literally looking at it. Unless I'm
Okay.
following someone that's not you.
I will say
Because-
though, a couple
because
people
Liam
in chat
Armstrong.
are complimenting you, Armando, for like really paying attention to the debate, which is
Yeah.
not something I was definitely going for. Like the isn't this funny sort of presentation, and then Leah busted out the numbers and the tech and whatnot, and you went for that, which is really cool. So I think chat is totally on board with that. which
Yeah, I
is
mean,
awesome.
I do everything for the bit, you know. I love that, but I figured that you wanted an honest answer, and I don't know. I
Absolutely.
truly believe that on a long enough timeline, he would have convinced me. Because right
There you
now,
go.
I feel split. I also feel split right now.
Well, we did kind of go off on a tangent. For a
Yeah,
while,
that's the
so we
thing
didn't
is
get
that we
much
kind
time.
of normally in a debate,
That's fine.
the people moderating don't stop and be like, okay, but like, do he come though?
You know, we don't have a moderator for this show.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
And we
Clearly,
don't
like
need
you
one.
should.
All right. We are a little over time, though, so let's go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you, Armando, for joining us. Actually, real quick, just to finish things up, where can people find you?
Well, it's funny you say that because this is my Twitter, and yeah, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, like at Mondo does stuff, Mando does stuff. You can also find me on Rooster Teeth and Funhouse content. We've got some really fun stuff coming out this week. I got to do be a game master for the return of Bored as Hell, a special Halloween, a couple episodes, I guess, a series of Bored as Hell that I got to do, and it's coming out, I think, tomorrow on RT and Friday on YouTube, but I might have those backwards. It might also be Friday on RT, Saturday on YouTube. I don't work in broadcasting, but it's going to be up this week, so
So make sure you guys check it out.
Yeah.
We'll look for that. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. This
For
is
sure,
so
man.
much fun.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, this was a blast. All right, and to you guys watching, thanks so much for watching. And as always, be kind to others, be kind to yourself, be awesome,
And
we'll
eat
see
my
you next
ass.
week.
Hit